Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Gyan Bhakti. We are currently exploring the scripture Mysticism of Srimad Bhagavatam. Commentary is by my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda ji Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilanand. So let's get started from where we left off. We were discussing Krishna trying to reunite the lost son of his guru, Sandipani Muni. So to complete their mission in service of Guru, Krishna and Balram then went to the realm of Yama, god of death, and there Krishna blew his conch. Hearing that sound of the conch, Yam came forward, welcoming Krishna with devotion. Lord Krishna said, "O Yama, the son of my Guru has been brought to your realm in accordance with his karmas. However, it is my request that you release the bond of karmas for him and give him back to me." Yama agreed, and thus the son was returned to his overjoyed father. Then Krishna and Balrama returned home, delighting their parents, who felt as if a long lost treasure had at last been recovered. So, as Guru Dakshina, he gave his Guru the most valuable gift, their lost son. So, that was the glory of Lord Krishna and Balarama, the Sheshnag. So let us understand the mystical meaning of this episode. There is a profound mystic as well as a cultural meaning behind Krishna's relationship with sage Sandipani and the return of his son. The story affirms the importance of approaching a guru for studying the scriptures and hearing spiritual teaching. Imagine Lord Krishna, God Himself, coming and then showing us as a role model that in order to be properly guided, we all need a spiritual preceptor. This stage of learning is theoretical learning or indirect knowledge. After indirect knowledge, one must gain direct knowledge. The Guru's son represents Viveka Shakti, that power of discriminative knowledge that allows one to know the self directly through the blossoming of intuition. And that is the knowledge that is called prajna or intuitive intellect. So we study under the Guru and we do our own effort and practice also. Therefore, after receiving basic teachings from Guru, an aspirant must go on, as did Krishna and Balram, to rescue Vivek Shakti. That discriminative power has as if drowned in the waters of the unconscious, having been carried away by a demon known as Panchajana. That name Panchajana refers to subtle desires for the five subtle elements that constitute the world. Panch means five. So the five elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. Because of those sukshma vasanas or subtle desires that create attachments to the enjoyments of the world, the power of discrimination has been lost. The dearest thing for a guru is wisdom or Vivek Shakti. That is what he wants from his disciples to attain, because that is the most important requirement for a serious spiritual aspirant: Viveka, discriminative knowledge. Therefore, if a disciple regains Vivek Shakti and attains enlightenment, he has given the Guru the best fee possible, and that should be the real way to honor our Guru, to lead our life as an offering and as his fragrance. The conch, referred to as Panchajanya, symbolically directs our attention to the Kundalini center, known as Vishuddhi Chakra. Vishuddhi is the throat center near our human sound box. If Kundalini does not penetrate through that chakra, Vivek Shakti will not unfold. So you have these seven chakras: Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipur, Anahata, Vishuddhi, Agya, and Sahasrar. So it's a gradual journey, and we have to stabilize each chakra, open it one chakra at a time, and do it with consistency and with care. Therefore, destroying the demon Panchajana implies awakening Kundalini at the throat center. Once it is done, a mystical conch is in the hands of the disciple. With that conch, the aspirant is ready to regain Vivek Shakti in its fullness and master the subtle desires for the enjoyments of the world. In other words, the Maya or the forces of illusion lose its sway over that disciple who has earned the Panchajanya. After killing Panchajana, Krishna and Balram continued their mission in the realm of Yama, the Lord of Death. Vivek Shakti has been carried away by the principle of death, implying ignorance. And as long as Vivek Shakti is lost, an aspirant is subject to endless cycles of birth and death. So Krishna enters into the deep unconscious to purify it. With this purification, Kundalini rises from the throat center or Vishuddhi chakra to the Agnya chakra. Agnya chakra is at the tip of your nose or in between your eyebrows, the center spot where we put the chandan tilak or the red kumkum to energize that center. So, that Agya Chakra, which has long been engulfed by the impure impressions of ignorance, emerges in all its fullness. So that chakra has to be awakened. That is the whole mystical meaning of Kundalini Shakti, meaning the serpent power that is sleeping has to be woken up and roused so it can move through these different chakras and eventually unite in the Sahasrara chakra or the Shakti reuniting with Shiva. In the story, Krishna tells Yama to ignore the karmas that brought the boy to him and to give him back. Ordinarily, though, karma cannot be negated by anyone, so we have to understand deeply. The law of karma implies that you cannot escape for whatever we have done. We must reap a reward, a fruit. It is a severe law, and if we are bound by that law, we can never be liberated. That is the normal process. However, once you have reached the level of spiritual maturity where Kundalini pierces the Agnya chakra and our love for God becomes profound, the fetters of karma are loosened and the power of divine grace begins to operate. As we advance on the spiritual path, we enter into a realm where the karmic process itself becomes transformed. All our Sanchita karma, the storehouse of karma from past lives, is destroyed. No kriyamana karma or current karmas are formed because we realize from the depths of our being that I am not the doer of action. Prarabdha karma or fructifying karmas, they continue to operate, but we are not affected by it. We remain internally detached. It's as if we have turned off the current of the fan. So the fan that was constantly moving and giving wind now will start to slowly shut down. While it's still moving, there is no more continuity of that. And when it stops, you can see the fan completely stopped and you can count the blades even. Much in the same way, when our saints and sages or enlightenment, when they get enlightened, this is exactly what happens. All the karmas are destroyed and the body still is alive and maintaining its daily whatever they have to do till their prarabdha karma ends for their departure. And when that happens, they are already merged in cosmic consciousness. So this is the deeper meaning of the karmas being loosened, and this is a concept, this is very high state of sadhana and satsang that most people probably will not understand, but the law of karma is very deep. So this applies to serious sadhaks, not just casual listeners who are just tuning in to hear this satsang off and on. So I'm talking about people who are dedicated and listening to this on a daily, regular basis and see the wisdom in these teachings and want to do something about their life. And they are the ones who will focus on self-realization. Most people only ask God for material things, name, fame, money, things, children, those kind of things. But that is called the path of the world, pravritti marg. But once you understand that this world is transient and it cannot give you anything, it becomes the nivritti marg, or your path to God. So we will continue this mystical meaning in tomorrow's satsang and also pick up a new episode. This is Swami Nikhilanand. Om Tat Sat.